All right, we are headed up to Citico Creek. We're doing a little bit of something different this time. My dad and I are going out on a off-road overlanding camping trip. We have no idea where we're gonna camp, but we're gonna go check out Citico Creek. All right, I gotta air down the tires here. Let's see, I'm sitting at almost 40 PSI, so let's air down the tires, make them a little bit lower. All right, we're officially getting on Citico Creek Road. The trip has begun. I'm pretty excited, woo! And this place is great because this is a place you can go camping with you're not needing to book anything. You can come up here and go camping anytime you want, as long as you don't stay more than 14 days. It's first come, first serve campsites. It's free. That's the greatest part about it. The beginning of Citico Creek Road, there is a lot of campsites that are spaced out pretty close together. They're usually filled right up because it's just people don't like to drive super far and go to the really far distant campsites. So I don't think we're going to find anything at the bottom of Citico Creek. But be aware of that if you're coming here. There's most of the campsites at the bottom are going to be filled up. If you're going out to the backcountry campsites, there's usually no cell service in the Cherokee National Forest. Most of the place is just zero cell service. So it's a good idea to have a satellite communicator. My parents bought me this for my birthday, and I'm really excited about it because that means we're not going to die in the middle of nowhere because we got communication anywhere on the planet. This is one of the top rated satellite communicators you can have. It's got 14-day battery life and it can communicate anywhere on the planet to a home base. So thanks, Mom and Dad. Most of Citico Creek Road is right on the side of a river. You get to drive with this nice, beautiful drive right along the side of the river. Beautiful views. The road starts out in the beginning, it's kind of like a normal forest road and it just gets rougher the further on you go up the hill. Well, we have a giant wrench that just got thrown in our plan. We drove up Citico Creek Road and it's closed from a rock slide, it looks like. It looks like a bunch of boulders in the middle of the road. So I guess we're gonna have to turn around and find something else to do. And I have no idea what we're doing because my plan has just wrecking wrecking balled by a bunch of boulders in the middle of the road and a closed sign. So we're gonna go find another off-road trail on Onyx off-road app and go down that and see if we can find some campsites. The entrance of Conasauga Creek Road is paved, but it's a beat up paved road and then it turns to dirt. Yeah, I'm excited. Spent the last 3 months building this car for this. All the rocks and stuff. This is great, I love it. Yeah, we hit some rough spots finally. This is great. Woo! So it's a good idea to bring a saw or a chainsaw with you because trees fall down in the middle of the road all over through these things. If you got in the middle of nowhere and you got no way to move a tree or cut a tree, you're gonna be stuck. You gotta turn around. Just about maybe a mile and a half up the road, there is the Conasauga Falls trailhead, and I guess that's a half mile up to go see the falls. We're not gonna go down that, but it's a tee off. I think you wanna go to the left. That's where we're gonna take. The sun's finally coming out. It turned out to be a beautiful day. It was a little kind of cloudy in the morning, but it's turned out to be a great day. And this is exactly what I was hoping to do, take this car out on a nice, decent trail. And it's turning out to be great. All right, we got our first creek crossing. I'm pretty excited. First creek crossing. Second creek crossing. Woo, this is the best part of the whole trail. We just crossed 2 creeks and this is pretty cool. It's a pretty cool trail. I really like this trail. This is a lot of fun. It's actually the 3rd creek crossing. So much fun.
You ain't going through that.
Yeah.
No, you ain't.
Yeah, we are.
No, you ain't.
Ready for it?
Are you serious? You're a knucklehead.
That was a good old fun.
I didn't think you'd make that in a second.
Subaru. Turn traction come back on.
What is that? Oh, this is cereal.
This is one of the deep ones.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not.
Yeah, I think we got it.
No, you don't.
All right, here we go. Take your Mazda through there?
No!
My dad said he'd take his Mazda through there, so I don't think so.
Ain't happening.
So take it nice and easy and slow. Okay. Thanks. As soon as I get through here, I'll be all right. Good time. All right, now we made it for the hardest part of the whole trail. We're gonna see if we can find a campsite. Climbing. That was a level 3 trail. I actually made it through surprisingly no problem. That was that was awesome. The idea is just to choose your line carefully and just go slow, take it easy, don't beat up everything. No big deal. Level 3 trail, no big deal. Pretty nice for a Subaru. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, we got 5th stream crossing. All right, we completed the Conasauga Trail. We're back on easy street now. So that was an absolute blast. It was just the right amount of off-roading for a Subaru. The water level's a little down, so we can go right through the water with no problem. That was awesome. All right, we're a quarter of the way on Fingerboard Road, and we're headed down to Cherokee Creek Falls, and we're gonna see if there's any campsites down there. We've never been down there before, so we're gonna check it out. And it's a big drop down, a ravine down to get down to the bottom, see what that's all about. We couldn't find any campsites down at Cherokee Creek Falls, at least driving campsites. Might be some hiking campsites down here, but I don't want to go hiking. We're looking to just drive into a nice campsite on the stream and park our butts and enjoy the stream and set up camp right in the water somewhere. But this is Labor Day weekend, and we'll see what we can find. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. It's definitely a rough road going down to Cherokee Creek. Very rocky. I was actually quite surprised. We're just driving by these beautiful forest roads, and there's beautiful ravine views down the hill to look at. And it's just a beautiful road. All right, on Duckett Ridge Road, going down the ravine, there is one spot. It's got about a foot drop off. You can make it tight if you stay on the inside edge, but I had to back up a few feet just to be able to do it. So just be aware of that if you have a low clearance vehicle. All right, so there's actually 2 spots so far down Duckett Ridge. You can see the drop off here. There's the spot before it was a little bit bigger and worse, but that's what my foot. That's what you're dealing with coming down here. All right, I'm at the bottom of Duckett Ridge, and it seems like the road ends, but there's a little trail down to the campsites. So I'm just checking it out, see how bad it is before I decide to drive down this. All right, through the mud pole, and then we're home free. I think we're about to arrive at our campsite. 2 campsites down here. Somebody else is camping the other one. We're gonna camp down here. Look at this, driving campsite. Overlanding is awesome. You can bring whatever you want and just bring it. As long as you can get it down the trail, you're good. All right, we arrived at the campsite at Duckett Ridge, and it's looking like amazing. It's exactly what I was looking for. Beautiful campsite on the river with a nice campfire. And we're spaced out from the other person over here. Just gonna give you a quick campsite tour. We got, this is the camping tent we set up over here. We got a nice fire pit by the river. This is our little cook area. And this is the awesome bathroom tent that I cannot say enough good things about having an actual bathroom when you're camping. We just hung out by the river, stared at the river, and had a good chat and hung out and enjoyed ourselves. We're setting up here for cooking up some ground chicken. We were gonna have tortillas, but it looks like the tortilla rolls we forgot, or I can't find them. So we're just gonna have some meat and vegetables. All right, my dad and I are gonna take a little walk, it's a short walk from the campsite over to this bridge. They got a bridge going across the water. Let's see what it looks like over there, just to check it out. We're at the bridge. It's a neat little path. It's kind of neat they made this all the way out here. Look at that. Wonder if we can see any trout at the bottom of the river. That'd be neat if we still saw some fish. I love fish. I'm like obsessed. That's the view up there. We're having our favorite meals again. We're having dinner right after we had our lunch. This is everything's house mountain meals again. So my dad was reminding me that these food pouches they expire pretty quickly. So you got to make sure you eat them by 2054. So just be aware of that they get eaten in the right amount of time. You wouldn't want your food to go bad. Well, we came down the most remote road we could find to be in the most remote campsite we could find, in the hardest road to get down to park, because you need a 4-wheel drive and all-wheel drive to get down here. And apparently somebody came down here in a truck and was asking us, he says he's lost. So I guess we're pretty remote if somebody's coming up to you and say he's lost and doesn't know where he's at. So we picked a good remote campsite. This is definitely very remote. It started to drizzle outside, so it's just a little bit of tiny rain. So we're hanging out in the car, eating our food, finishing up our meal here.
This is really good.
It's really, really good. I told you. Very good. What's your rating?
I'm eating the fajitas.
Fajitas is good, right? I'm having the rice and chicken. And yeah, it's really good. Well, it wasn't supposed to rain, but it is pouring now. Hopefully this is a passing storm, but we're definitely getting the whole downpour. Well, the rain died down. Not exactly the most ideal situation. Our tent is kind of flooded. Definitely got a downpour here. Water in our seats and stuff. So a little bit of it's never fun. I don't like it when it rains camping, but it's part of the fun, you know. It happens. This is the blue sky that's out. You know, it's still raining. It's weird. We're getting sun and blue sky. It's late, almost 7:30, but there's still rain. All right, guys, I've brushed my teeth and gone to the bathroom. I think it's about time to head to bed. So we'll see you guys in the morning and see how we get out of here. All right, we packed up camp, and it stopped raining about 10 o'clock last night, and then we slept the whole night with no rain. Woke up this morning, went to the bathroom, and it started packing up camp, and it's just started pouring rain all over us. Now it's just pouring rain while I'm climbing up this crazy mountain hill, rocking, bouncing all over the place. There's mud flying everywhere, and we made it to the top of the hill, and I'm like, thank you. So we're now headed down Fingerboard Road. We're gonna go to the end of Fingerboard Road, and I think we made it out, but we're gonna see. All right, Dad, so what'd you think of the trip?
It was horrible.
Horrible.
Scared the life out of me.
Did you think we were gonna do that in a Subaru?
Not happening.
I loved it. It was an absolute blast. I think we had an absolute great time. What was your favorite part?
You scaring the life out of me.
Scale wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it was.
Did you think we made it down the roads that we did?
I think you going down that hill was nuts. But that campsite was amazing.
Yeah, I think the campsite was great.
I had a blast down there.
It was fun.
The rain only just made it that much better. I mean, it was humid. But other than that, once we were set up, it was good.
So we'll leave the description of where that campsite's located. I'll put the link in the description, which is the location and whatnot, if anyone wants to go to that campsite. It's definitely a wild road to get down there. Duckett Road's pretty wild, but it's a really beautiful campsite. There's 2 campsites down there, and they're right next to each other with a pretty decent distance apart, so you feel very private. We were not able to have a campfire because of all the rain, so we just ended up watching Matrix the whole night. But we had a great time and tested out the Subaru. We're gonna be taking the Subaru out on some trips, so that was a good test run. So I've been building this car up, and we're gonna see what we're gonna do with it over the next year or so.
If you liked our video, be sure to check out more of Legs Outdoors, where we have a ton of unique travel and wild adventures just like this. With a passion to explore, we find fun family excursions from traveling through Alaska to paddling down a river. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of our new videos.